Okay, let's get going with a governance talk. Let me just find the presentation. Sorry, I anticipated it would be up. Let me just get it. Okay, I've spent time in my life in corporate banking, a little bit in NGO. I'm an academic at heart. Last year I had the privilege of being on a project in the FET college sector looking at streamlining finance and governance. So I've got a passion for governance. I'll try and explain it tangibly because I think the main thing we struggle with is what is it? So let's have a go at that and see if we can shed some light on it. A lot of the issues I'm going to address and talk about have been covered one way or another this morning as well, because these topics, as the previous presenter said, are so interlinked that the one does flow into the other. So let's go from here. I'm going to look at key governance issues. I'll just touch on the relevance of the Companies Act, roles and responsibilities of the board versus management, and reporting, accountability, and transparency. I'm not going to do it in that order. By the end of it, we will have covered those issues. Okay, can I ask by a show of hands, who of you know that the NPO sector has its own independent code of governance? Okay, and have you engaged with it? Okay, so bear with me, those that have engaged with it, because I'm going to deal with it extensively through this presentation, obviously adding my own flavor. To start with, of course, when I was asked to do this presentation, I first went off and had a look at the King 3. The King 3 is a report that provides guidance on governance for corporates. Very big document, very profound. And I was then led to the independent code of governance for NPOs, because apparently this King 3 came out in 2010 and there had not been consultation with the NPO sector in putting it together. So a consultative group was formed, and in 2012 the independent code of governance for NPOs was released. It's a very user-friendly document. It's 18 pages, and it's there's a website, www.governance.org.za. And you can download it there, and there are all kinds of discussions around it as well. The reason that the NPO sector decided to go for its own code is because of the diversity and difference of all these non-profit organizations, from the very small to the bigger and more dynamic. So that's the reason they felt it needed its own. It was very much done on a consultative basis, and some of the bigger NPOs have their own governance in place. They've developed it over the years. Obviously, they've had to. If you want that amount of donor funding and to manage projects that size and the support, you need sound governance. And these NPOs have also fed into the development of this code to assist those that are going to work with it. Okay. The King 3 is very much built on this apply or explain approach. It's a principle-based. So they're going to assume you're going to apply it, and if you're not, you give it good thought and you deal with it your way. The NPO sector thought, let's even take it to another level. Let's make this completely voluntary. Okay, it's a supportive code. It's there to be self-applied. There is nothing. You're not obliged, it's not by law, it's purely there to help you. And hopefully when you've heard my presentation, you will understand that it can only help you. Okay. It's there to provide best governance practice. We there want to improve the standards and practice in the sector, strengthen capacity in the sector for governance, and build public confidence. Okay. So what is it? And the best way I can explain governance is it's like a web of good, reliable business practice.